our fifth key predictor is in inflation. And so I found some data on that I thought was really interesting. So this is the current U.S. inflation rates from 2000 to 2022. So if we look at, to start with, if we look at just the last year and look at this graph, this is going back to 2012. I'm going to make this a little bit larger. Back to 2012, as you can see, we were hovering around 2% or under until about 2021, jumped up to 7%, and now we're at 8.5%. And this, I thought, was very telling. Annual inflation rate for the United States is 8.5% for the 12 months ended in July 2022, after rising to 9.1% previously, the most since November of 1981. Well, what happened in November of 1981? We were in a huge recession. So this is very telling. The other thing that I took note of is if I scroll down a little bit here and I look at this chart, which shows inflation, as you can see here, going back to 2000, the highest previous year of inflation in the last 20 years, from 2000 to 2020, was 2008. And that was 3.8%. So we're averaging 8.5% in the last 12 months, whereas previous 20 years, the most we had was 3.8%. So we are more than double. Now that is quite scary. And obviously in the housing market, we know that as much as anyone, how inflation has impacted our cost of doing business as it relates to labor as well as supplies. Things have gone up through the roof. And of course, when we had cheap money, people could justify doing that because it was still affordable because interest rates were so low. Today, that is no longer the case. So Diana, I know you've also experienced a lot of inflation where you are at in Romania as well, but any other thoughts on that?
Yeah, so the official rate is similar, like 8.5%, but it feels like more than 20. I don't know how to explain that. I don't know if the official dates are just they want to, I don't know, to support us in thinking something, but it feels like more than 20%. So it feels higher and higher. So we are wondering if it's the real number, or it's increasing more. And if we feel that is more than 20% when it's officially 8%, how will it feel when it grows more? So
it all depends on what's included in that 8%, right? So if you exclude certain things such as food, food has gone up probably in some cases more than 8%, and might be closer to that 20%. Fuel, energy, of course, has gone up tremendous amount. It used to be, well, it's a great deal to have an electric car, which I know you have because you can plug it into your house. Well, now all of a sudden electricity is so expensive as well. So it's everything is costing so much more. And of course, all that affects someone's ability to be able to afford a new home or to remodel their home.